Well, FarmFit planning is a reliable system that accurately places the correct seed and the crop inputs on a customer's individual acres. Hi, I'm Jason Ladman. I'm a key account manager here with Rob Seco, and today I'm going to talk with you about FarmFit planning. So let's get started. The goal is to cooperatively recognize the differences in soil types and farming practices because we recognize that they're not all the same, and we pair that information with the individual characteristics of each of the products being considered, those being hybrids and varieties, with the purpose of increasing the probability for success. So, what does that really mean? Well, what it means is that we're here to combine with what we know about our products with what you know about your farming operation. And that's basically what farm fit planning is. So, let's go into a little bit more depth about how the planning process looks and what it includes. So, if you are interested in a farm fit plan, one of the things that we look at is individual tracts of land. So, we would use FSA maps or just legal descriptions. And we access our mapping systems here internally to be able to pull those maps up. We also look at the subsequent soil maps for the purpose of really understanding the differences in soil types because we recognize that they're not all the same across the country. And when we're doing planning, we also know that soil types can have a big impact on hybrid or variety selection, particularly things like soil pH, maybe slope, grade, all those sorts of things. So we take the planning down to that level, starting with the soil. And then we work from there and we begin to ask questions around planting population. What's the previous crop? What's the desired outcome that you have on this particular farm? Would you say it's one of your highest producing fields? Or perhaps it's maybe one of a more moderate yield environment, and we need to plan for that. So we began to look into those ideals. We also began to understand and ask a lot of questions around fertility management. How do you look at fertility? Do you soil sample? And if you do, can we access the soil samples to be able to look at the condition in which your soil's in? We also talk about and ask about tillage practices. Are you a no-till farmer? Are you a conventional till farmer? Are you somebody who has adapted to the idea of use of biologicals, as that's a new and upcoming buzzword? And are you using that and considering those things on your farm? And so you can see here, the farm fit planning is more than just simply picking a hybrid and putting it on a piece of ground. It's really for us to understand the depth of what you're dealing with on particular pieces of ground for your farm operation. Now, what happens once we have all of that information? Well, once we gather all that information, now it becomes our job to look into our product portfolio and to begin to say, you know what, I believe that these particular hybrids might fit these acres. And we began to think about it kind of a add and eliminate sort of process. This one fits, this one doesn't, this one fits, this one doesn't. And as we go through that process, we began to make very educated eliminations to where we can end up with the right product on your farm. So when the farm fit plan is complete, what you're going to end up with is a very comprehensive book, either electronically or electronic, or it'll be a hard copy book that you can receive. And what it includes in it will be each one of the farms that you've included in this farm plan. It will include all the notes that we've taken that you have said are important to us and that what we should be considering when we make recommendations, as well as then our notes about why we've chosen what hybrids or varieties that need to be placed on that particular farm. Now, included in this will also be the tech guides for each one of the products that have been recommended. We know that some people really like tech guides so they can understand a little bit more about the hybrid per se. And so we want to make sure that we include those as well. And one additional thing that you'll get from us here at Rob Seco with the Farm Fit Plan is recommendations through our Streamline Ag product portfolio. Streamline Ag is a seed-driven crop input company. And we recognize that as we get into a product recommendation from a hybrid and variety perspective, there are some hybrids and varieties that sometimes need a little bit more help because, as an example, we don't have maybe the strongest root system, but we do have a product that can bolster that root system as it's coming out of the ground and growing, because we know that it's really important to help our plants make it to V5 in corn, as an example, to make sure that it has all the nutrients and everything that it needs. So in a nutshell, that's what farm fit planning is. Now, what's the value to you, the grower, as using a farm fit plan? Well, I've been doing farm fit planning for a number of years, and here's what I can tell you that our growers have told us of why they like the farm fit plan. Number one is it's very easy to have product recommendations in this way because they feel like they're being heard. They feel like the customers feel like we understand their operation. And because of that, they know that we're giving them the best product recommendations that we can give them. I think the other thing too that a lot of people really find value in this is that it's just another one of those decisions that they can get out of the way earlier in the year, and they have confidence because the people that they're working with, they know their products. Okay, so the other way to think about it too, from the value of the farm fit plan to the grower, is think about when you make these decisions. You make these decisions from a seed purchasing perspective sometime in fall, right? But oftentimes there's 5 to 6 months that go and pass us before we get to the field the following year. And what growers have told me specifically is how much they appreciate being able to take the farm fit plan and to open it up come April 1st and to be able to refresh their memory about what hybrids go where. They know exactly what farm it goes on, and they can also share that with the stakeholders in the farming operation. So that way, when planting starts, everybody knows what hybrid or variety goes on what farm. So that is some of the value that the growers have shared with us in the farm fit planning process. So if you have an interest in farm fit planning and you feel like this type of planning would be right up your alley and you would like to work with us on this, please reach out to your district sales manager. Please reach out to myself. I would love to be able to help you in any possible way. So, thanks for watching.